Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost, what you knowin'? I come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and I'm ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Announcement lady, won't you walk on by? Announcement lady, walk on by the guys. Announcement lady, you have something you want to say about CSL today. Hey, announcement lady.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Centre for Spiritual Living Toronto. My name is Tannis Burnett, also known as the Announcement Lady. So let's kick it off with the 2015 conference. June 14th to 7th of 2015. Go online, spread it virally. Let's get the word out. We are going to have a fantastic time. Jonathan's over there killing himself laughing about something. Oh, yeah. Boys.
June 14th through the 7th, which will be a real
Some of us are up very early on a Sunday morning. Yeah. June 4th through 7th, 2015 is the conference. Be there or be square. How's that? Hey, and we have a lot of stuff in the bookstore, so go and have a look, and there will be a survey sent to you, if we have your email address, looking at what classes to offer for the fall. Although it's summer vacation, we shouldn't be thinking about school. Have to, because we need to schedule things in. So just looking at what Jonathan might want to fill your minds with spiritually come the fall. Yeah. See, and here we go again, off into the gutter. We have a guest with us from one of our sister centers in Colorado, and we're misbehaving badly. So, yes. We're silly and we have a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for the survey because we do want to hear what you think. Sunday sound people, we are looking for somebody to help out. See, Carrie's in the back. Woohoo! We need another warm body on a Sunday morning to help with the board. It's a digital board. If you think you might be interested, it may look complex and challenging. Carrie's going, no, it's digital. And Jonathan has a sound background, so he can teach you all you need to know, and you can get to come here first thing Sunday mornings and be silly with us. It's fabulous. Help us work out the announcement song for the day. Next Sunday, we will be doing something slightly different. Jonathan will talk a bit about more. Jonathan will speak a little bit more about that when he's up here. Jonathan will be going home to Arizona next week for his mother's memorial service. So we will carry on here and do something slightly different. Not that we've never done something slightly different before. And on that note, you're what? Yeah, he'll be watching. Of course he'll be watching and texting. So, did you want to come up now, or would you like to text me from over there? Yes. Let's give a warm, wonderful welcome to our spiritual director, who's now killing himself laughing, Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Wow, we're really silly today. We actually are usually pretty silly. Maybe not quite this silly, but we're... Okay, so I had a request. Remember last week I did the selfie? I've had a request to do it in the other direction this week. Hold on. Wait, okay. All right, so... Oh, that's a terrible picture. I'll post it anyway. So wow, it's one of those days. It is one of those days, and you know what? Every day is one of those days. We have a good time here at the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. Welcome. How is everyone today? Fantastic. We are here to celebrate something. We are here to celebrate that there is an infinite creative power in this universe, and we are all part of it. We are all expressing as that infinite creative power, and what a great feeling that is. And part of that is to enjoy and have fun and laugh, because laughter for me is one of the greatest aspects of what this power is in expression. Isn't laughter just wonderful?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So, no more laughter today. All right, that's posted. Done. All right. I don't mess around. Actually, it's one of the things I do want to encourage everyone to do. If you do have a cell phone, a smartphone, you can do a check-in here and let people know that you are here at the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto and that you are enjoying your Sunday morning and feeling inspired. And despite the rain and the triathlon, you did make it here. Yes. And just let people know, that you have a good time here. And then once you're done with that, please turn your cell phones off. See, it's a segue. Yes. It's a good segue. Yes. We are here, and I want to read today. Oh, I was going to tell you about next week. So next week, I am going to be gone. I'm a little hyper today. It's so funny because the title of my talk today is Rush. And I'm going to choose in this moment not to rush. I will be gone next week, home for my mother's memorial, as Tana said. And next week, we do have a very special week. It is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have students who were part of the mental muscle program with me these last 16 weeks. There are a bunch of them that are going to present their spiritual resumes to you. It's going to be an incredible day, so I encourage you not to miss that. We're going to have some extra music by the band. It's just going to be a great big celebration. So it's going to be different, but fun and awesome. Also, we will have our practitioner intern who is currently living in Cairo, Egypt. She will be with us next week. Sonia will be here. Yes, and she will be presenting as well. I'm going to invite you all to take a look at the cover of your songbooks. I don't do this as frequently as I used to. And let's read together these words of Dr. Ernest Holmes on the cover of the songbook there in blue. And really take these into your heart. Here we go. I am happy and complete today and forever. Within me is that which is perfect and complete. It is the spirit of all life, truth, and action. I am happy in the certain knowledge of this inner light. I radiate joy and life, for life is within me now. That is the truth. Life is within each and every one of us now, and life is a gift. And it's just one of the many gifts that we have to experience. And today we're going to sing a brand new song that we've never done in this center before, so you won't be looking for it in your songbooks. But it's going to be led by the brilliant Tanis Burnett with the Queen Street Band. And we're singing today Gifts from the Spirit by Karen Drucker.
And it's a bit of a call and response. You'll pick it up very quickly. These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. Love, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Joy, are you ready? Peace, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready to receive? These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. Compassion, I am ready.
I'm ready.
Forgiveness, I am ready. Oh, and laughter, I am ready. I am ready to receive. Passion, I am ready.
I'm ready.
Success, yes, I am ready. And abundance, I am ready. I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. Oh, all the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the Spirit, gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. Woo!
Yes. Tanis Burnett and the Queen Street Band. Ah, yes, yes, yes. I'm so grateful that you brought that song to my attention last week. And yeah. Are you ready to receive? Yes, indeed. Well, here to offer a gift of the Spirit is our practitioner of the day. And I just want to remind everybody that we do have 3 licensed practitioners with this center. We have 9 practitioner interns with this center, and please utilize them for your greatness. They are here to know the truth for you. So I'm going to invite all the practitioner interns and licensed practitioners with our center to please stand up so you can be identified and know that they're available to you. Yes. I wasn't going to point out that we have a guest practitioner in the house today, but we do have a guest practitioner in the house today as well. But here, to offer her words of wisdom, please welcome to the lectern, Margaret and Snider.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, it's good to be here. Well, this week I read a book. I know that's unusual. I read the whole book. And out of the whole book, there was one passage that caught my attention. And it's a message that I'm sure we've heard many, many times, but I couldn't let it go. So all last night I was thinking, do I really want to do this? Yes. Do I really want to do this? Yes. So, anyways, it's very simple, but it's a little profound, of course. It is written by Paramahansa Yogananda, and How to Be a Success is the name of the book. And I shall read his passage. He says, affirm, I am healthy or I am wise. The positive affirmation must be so strong that it completely crowds out any subconscious, discouraging, negative enemy thoughts that may be whispering to you, you fool, you will never succeed, you are a failure, wisdom is impossible for you. Even saying that just sounds yucky. You must know that whatever you wish strongly, you can materialize in short order. In practicing affirmations, the spiritual aspirant must be unfailingly patient. Believe you are inherently healthy when you want good health. Believe you are inherently prosperous when you want prosperity. Believe when you are inherently wise when you want wisdom. Then health, prosperity, and wisdom will manifest themselves in you. Change the trend of your thoughts. Cast out all negative mental habits. Replace them with wholesome, courageous thought habits, and apply them in daily life with unshakable confidence. And there's 3 words that I hear in this reading that are pivotal for me: patience, believe, and inherent. Here the directive and obligation is for us to be patient with ourselves, to know we have the power to affect and create our experiences, and to know our affirmations are the truth, with a capital T. We know that God is all there is, and so we are within God and part of God, created in its likeness with the ability to choose and craft our lives. I am is God speaking through us. We are its arms and legs, its thoughts, its voice, and its heart. We get to choose how this infinite power shows up in our lives. Whatever follows the I am is the affirmation, is the choice. It is ours to be conscious of what follows the I am, to believe it and to act upon it with confidence. And I have an affirmation for us. I will repeat it and then ask you to say it with me. I am the heart of God. I am in the infinite flow of divine love and abundance. I am the living God. And if you will say with me, I am the heart of God. I am the infinite flow of divine love and abundance. I am the living God. Can we try once more? I am the heart of God. I am the infinite flow of divine love and abundance. I am the living God. Thank you. And I invite you to close your eyes if you feel to, relax, and join me in knowing that I am is the truth of who each of us is. And as I say this treatment, I maintain this I am, this knowing that there is only one presence, there is only one power, there is one infinite energy that is absolutely everywhere present. And that I am this energy. I am this presence. I am this heart full of love and laughter and joy and peace, light, infinite energy. I am this truth that God is everywhere, that God is in me as me. I am this light, this love, this infinite joy that I share with each and every I am that is in this world. I am. And I share this with each of us. This I am is God through us. We are its expression. I am its expression. I am its laughter, its dance, the arms, the hugs, the eye contact, the light that shines between us. I am, and I am grateful for this knowing that I am. Grateful for knowing that this is who I am, this truth that lives in me with a capital T. I am the life of God, living, laughing, loving. This is my truth, my oneness with each and every one. I am the divine in living. And I am grateful for this knowing. I'm grateful for this awareness. I am grateful that I share this I am with each and every one. I am. God is and I am. This beautiful expression that God is and I am. The oneness, the openness, and the energy that I live with, that I live as. God is and I am grateful that this awareness expands and grows and is ever inclusive. I am. And in this moment, I release these powerful words, this I amness, to the law of mind, knowing that it is manifest in, through, and as me. In gratitude, I release, I let it go, I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Margaret Ann. I love when Margaret Ann does spiritual mind treatment. It's just so, because I can be rather enthusiastic up here, and it helps ground me, for sure. We have a great song today, another Pierre Gautreau original. And it's funny, there was a lot of discussion about the last time this song had been performed here, and we weren't sure if it had been since I had been here, but yes, I'm quite certain that it was performed since I've been here a couple of years ago. I don't really want to say much more about the song because I do believe the song speaks for itself, so please help me welcome Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band.
There's something deep inside of me that tells me now it's the truth. That feeling had been on and off with me ever since I was a youth, and I knew that there had to be more to this life. But back then, back when, time and again, my tension you could cut with a knife. That's so solitary becomes involuntary when we disconnect from ourselves. That path, it'll take you here and there, take a toll on your mental health. I was living in a moment, but that moment just won't last. I had one eye looking forward and another pulling up the past. But I'm older now and wiser now, and the fog's beginning to clear. That happiness I've been looking for has always been so near, been so near. thrills, and I got hills, and I got spills, just gotta keep it real. I've got love, gotta let go of. I don't have enough, just wanna be living life now as if money didn't matter. Days are so much better, living happy ever after. Living life now, keep it real, being present. So when it's time to go, I don't regret it. Living life now, no other time matters. Days are so much sweeter, living in the hour. Living life now, keep it real, being present. So when it's time to go, I won't regret it. Keeping it real, keeping it real. But I'm older now and I'm wiser now, and the fog's beginning to clear. That happiness I've been looking for has always been right here, here, right here, here. 'Cause I'm living life now, no other time matters. Days are so much sweeter, living in the hour. Living life now, keep it real, being present. So when it's time to go, I won't regret it. Keeping it real, keeping it
Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band. Oh, we got a good thing going on here, don't we? You don't all have to say yes at once. Remember I said there are no more rhetorical questions. I know, I better be careful. Oh, all right, I have a question that I'm going to start with. Okay, am I making this rhetorical? Yes, this is rhetorical. We're going to answer anyway. This is rhetorical for everyone, apparently, except for Stephen. Take a moment and in the quiet of your own mind, reflect on where you are right now. Where are you right now? Take a breath. Today, we really are going to be keeping it real. Today, I do choose to slow down. Let's take this opportunity as a community to allow ourselves to go to that place of true freedom. And there is true freedom in experiencing the present moment. And I think far too frequently, we are not really keeping it real, experiencing the present moment. And yet this is all there is, folks. This is it. Right this moment, right now. Because what has happened is no longer, and what is to be is not yet. This is it, right here, right now. So take a breath in that understanding. A lot of people come to this philosophy looking for something. They are looking for God. And typically what they find is themselves, which is the great news. Because what we teach here is that we are that which is. We are God. We are the expression of this divine energy. And so when you find God, you're truly finding yourself. And yet, in finding that, we then start to make these comparisons about spirituality and the experience of God. And we start to make comparisons with that ideal of life and real life. Real life. Get it? And then what many of us tend to do is we start looking for those shortcuts. Well, if I can, get my meditation out of the way, then I will allow myself to be spiritually enlightened for the day. And if I can get to the next spiritual mind treatment, then I can go about my business over here, forgetting all the time that we are spiritual 100% of the time. 100% of the time, we are spirit expressing. Therefore, we are spiritual 100% of the time. I am happy to tell you that there are shortcuts to deepened spirituality. There are shortcuts. The shortcut is the reminder in every moment and in every action and in every place to know that you are that which is. We experience the passage of time based on what's happening in our mind. The passage of time exists nowhere except in our understanding of and recognition that time is passing. If we stopped deciding that time was a thing, we would actually free ourselves, alleviate ourselves of a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves that is all based on an erroneous concept of time passing. So I ask you again, where are you right now? Are you present? Where are you in mind right now? Today is about checking in. It's about checking in so that we can awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, which is the calling of this larger organization, awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence and creating a world that works for everyone. We cannot do that, truly, unless we are first awake. And the Buddhist teaching is this: to awaken is to learn the art of living, to master the mind and bring it back to the reality of the present moment, to unite mind, body, and reality. To awaken is to bring the reality of the present moment to life, to be mindful and aware of the present moment. Which brings me to saying it again. This is it, folks. This moment and nothing else. In fact, when I said it a few minutes ago, that is no longer. This is it. See how elusive it can be? Because we can think that that has some power over us now, but it doesn't, except to the degree that we give that thing power. In every moment, we get to make a choice about what is next, about what we can step into, what we are becoming, because we are constantly in the experience of becoming, evolving into that greater and deeper expression of spirit. And it starts with allowing ourselves to be awake. There is a wonderful fake-ish, and I do use the word fake-ish, story that makes regular rounds on the internet. And it's fake-ish because it's not completely false, but it's not completely accurate either. It makes regular rounds on the internet, and it is this. A student asked Buddha, "Are you the Messiah?" "No," answered Buddha. "Are you a healer?" "No," Buddha replied. "Then are you a teacher?" the student persisted. "No, I am not a teacher." "Then what are you?" asked the student, exasperated. "I am awake," Buddha replied. Now, this is based in an actual story. The telling of it is not accurate, so that's what makes it fake-ish. It's not accurate in the translation, but the point is made. We don't need to be any of these things. We do not need to be the teacher. We do not need to be the Messiah. We do not need to be a healer. We do not need to be anything. What we strive for now is to be awake, because in being awake, we become all of those things. That's the great news. In being awake, we cannot help but heal. In being awake, we cannot help but be teachers in teaching by example. In being awake, we become anointed. That is the Messiah. we become the Christ consciousness in form. So what is it to be awake? What is it to be awake? Part of it is taking the time you need to take for self-care. To be awake is to come to that deep and abiding understanding of the truth of our being. And the truth of our being is that we are the thing itself. To be awake is to have a deeper recognition of the creative power that is at hand, because we are that creative power in form. The entire study of the science of mind is this. Ernest Holmes writes, "The study of science of mind is a study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation." Now we come to this, many of us, you've heard me say this before, we come to this with some idea that we are escaping some other paradigm, right? And I know there are people who have expressed that to me. They're escaping this previous religious paradigm that they were experiencing that didn't work for them. Or maybe it worked for them at one time, it no longer works for them now. And they're searching for something. And what they find, as I said before, is themselves. Because each and every one of us is the thing itself. So when we study the science of mind, the study of first cause, spirit, mind, the invisible essence, the ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation, we are that thing. We are that power. We are first cause expressed at the individualized level of it. When we know that we are that thing, all things in life fall into place and can't help it. It cannot be helped. That's why when I teach spiritual mind treatments, our form of affirmative prayer in classes, I always get to a point after you've learned the 5 steps or the 7 steps or whatever the formalized structure that we teach is, I get to the point of saying you really only need to embody the first 2 steps. Everything else falls into place. The first 2 steps are recognition. God is all there is. There is only this one infinite creative resource, power, energy, love, whatever you call it. That's all there is. Step 2, unification. It is what I am. It is what we all are. God is me, in me, as me. When we really embody this and we are awakened to this, everything else falls into place. You don't need to make a declaration about what you require in your life, because everything you require in your life shows up just like that. That's the way this stuff works, folks. It's the way it works. And it's such a good feeling. Because you know what? When we awaken ourselves to our own spiritual magnificence, we are automatically creating a world that works for everyone, so we get to relax and just enjoy the ride. And that's what I want to do with life. I am enjoying this ride. Are you enjoying the ride? Yes. Awesome. I'm going to ask you again, where are you right now? Are you present? There's a little part of me that's thinking about brunch. And I will cop to it. Just to be clear. Just to be clear. One of the first things that we may want to consider, it's very funny that I go to this whole ramped up place and now what I'm about to say is one of the first things we may want to consider is slowing down. We live in a world that seemingly is stuck in fast forward. And that fast forward is getting faster all the time. And we are rushing. Got to get to the next thing. Got to pick up the kids. You know, God bless parents. I am not a parent. Well, no, I'm not a parent. I have 3 cats. They're pretty laid back, though, and I guarantee you they're living in the present moment. They're not rushing to anything except their food bowl. When I was, a child, a young child, in the late 70s and early 80s, I really have this memory that things were much slower then. I mean, doesn't everyone here have the experience of things felt slower when you were a kid? Yeah. And I wonder what the youth of today are going to think, because if they think this is slow now, what is it going to be when they're my age? It actually kind of gives me heart palpitations to think about that. We are going to continue to rush either until we make a decision to slow down and stop, or until we are forced to stop. Now, that forceful stoppage may come in some form that may not be so pleasant. It could be a missed appointment. It could be as simple as that. I missed an appointment. All right, clearly I need to stop. I need to slow down, right? I'm sure we've all had that experience. It could come in the form of a car accident. I trust none of us have had that experience. It could come in the form of a major illness. And I've experienced people who have had that experience. I choose not to. I choose not to. And I really, ultimately, if I really think about this, I don't really want to look at how we got to this point. Reflecting on how fast time passes is actually a big waste of time, because we're not being present when we're reflecting on how fast it's going. We can, right now, in this moment, right here, right now, take a breath, make supportive choices in how we move forward. After all, what are we rushing toward in life if we really understand that life is infinite? Think about that. Life is infinite. Our time on this plane of action is perceived to be temporary. Notice it's perceived to be temporary. But life is infinite. So what are we rushing toward? What is that thing we must get to? What I believe it is, it's a false sense of security. For once we achieve that thing, we will feel secure. But here's what happens: as long as you put it out there, out of reach, it will always be out there, out of reach. Because as long as it's, notice how it's still out there? I can turn and go this direction, and it's still out there. That thing that I'm looking for, it's never quite there within my reach until I decide that I don't need that thing out there, because all of what I require in my life is exactly right here. Where are you? In this moment, where are you? Are you latching on to some false sense of security about something out there that is going to allow you to feel relaxed? Oh, I finally made $1 million. Now I can relax and enjoy my life. Oh, I finally got the car I wanted. I can relax and not worry about taking the old car to the mechanic. All false. And it's all based on ideas that fall apart very quickly in the infinite mind. Because once you decide that you are equal to the greatness that you inherently are, you will experience that greatness. But as long as you are reaching for something outside of the self, that false sense of security, you will only ever come to the level of matching that false image. And I will tell you, I'm as guilty of this as anyone. I've gotten better. I still have to work at it sometimes. I know one thing I have to do. I have to be mindful in my practice of eating food. I eat way too fast. Carmen will tell you. I will go get lunch, I will bring it, and I've really tried to stop doing this, and I trying to get Carmen, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is the administrator here, and so we work together every day. But I try and get Carmen to get away from her desk and for us to actually go someplace and eat and not bring food back and eat at our desk and shovel it in. I love food. Sometimes I think I love food too much because I'm trying to eat it so quickly that I must slow down and be mindful and enjoy the experience of that form of nourishment. That's one of my challenges, and not challenge, opportunities to step into something deeper. Savor the experience rather than gliding over it. And this is true of any experience you're having. The truth is, it's part of the reason that I've chosen to allow myself the moments of quiet today. How uncomfortable are you in quiet time when there's an expectation of something? When I was working for Reverend James Mellon on some of his video stuff, when he was doing the mental muscle program online, and I was always the one who would kind of, the hair on the back of my neck would stand up when he decided he was going to take more than 10 seconds of quiet time on screen, because on screen, anything more than really even 5 seconds feels like an eternity to those people who are watching. And yet, what a great lesson in that for me, to step back and say, you know what, it doesn't matter. I don't need to live up to that paradigm. I don't need to live up to that idea. But it made me very uncomfortable for a very long time to experience quiet time like that in that venue. And it makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes up here. Just check in. What today is about, and the reason I called my talk Rush, is because I do not want to rush anymore. I don't want to rush toward this thing. It's going to get here. It's inevitable. Less than a year away, this conference is coming. It will be here no matter what. And it will be exactly what it needs to be, and I don't need to rush anything to make it happen. This is a great lesson for me this week. As I'm waiting, and I'm waiting for a contract to come back. And I will not be held to the deadlines. What an interesting word, deadlines. It's actually a pretty horrible word, if you think about it. Deadlines. As if you don't reach it, that's it. I mean, I have a perceived deadline looming. Who cares, ultimately? Who cares? It's going to turn out exactly as it needs to turn out, because it can't not when I step back and I remind myself of who I am. So there are some steps to practice slowing down that I'm going to share with you today. And it really is, today is all about the practice of mindfulness. We talk a lot about mindfulness within the Science of Mind philosophy, within this center. We talk a lot about mindfulness, and I fear that I may not encourage mindfulness enough in our everyday practice. So the first step to being mindful, to slow down, that I'm going to share with you today is, first of all, awareness. It's part of what I'm encouraging by simply being up here and taking my moments of reflection, and speaking to you, helping you come to a place of awareness. Another thing you can do to experience awareness, stop and smell the flowers. And I mean really, stop and smell the flowers. Take a look at the sky. Did you all see the moon? It was easier to see 2 nights ago. Did you take time to really take it in? Good. I did. I see some shaking heads. No, that's okay. Starting to become aware of everything that's around us, to be acutely aware of our senses, all of our senses. Awareness is key. And step 1 in really encouraging mindfulness practice. The next step is the practice of non-judgment. I heard a big sigh. For many people, this is a challenge. Are you among them? That's a rhetorical question. Discontinue labeling things qualitatively, and that is labeling things as good or bad. Step out of the experience of judgment. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Yes, those of you who know Shakespeare are laughing because that's from Hamlet. That Shakespeare, he was a pretty wise man. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. We're the ones who make those determinations. And there's a man, Shakespeare, who definitely took his time. I mean, if you think about Kenneth Branagh's film of Hamlet, there's 4 hours of experience. 4 hours to tell the story. And I look at, television and media today, and how we have so gotten into this MTV, cut fast generation, go to the next thing, what, pop, 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 pop. Hamlet, in its entirety, is an extraordinary story of a man who took his time making a decision. At the core level, that's what Hamlet's about. It's about a man making a decision. That's it. Be present. That's step 3. Be present. Where are you right now? That's the greatest question you can ask yourself. Where am I right now? Am I present to this moment? That's why I started that way today. Where are you right now? And I didn't ask, where will you be? Or where were you? Where are you right in this moment? Are you living in regret around anything in your life? Let it go. Living in regret is living in the past. That's it. Period. End of sentence. There is no reason to live in regret for anything. If you are holding on to the past, it is still active in your present. Let go of the regret. Step into forgiveness around whatever it is you need to forgive. And you can more effectively live in the present moment. Step away from the concept of anxiety. Anxiety, that's it. It's about the future. Anxiety is about nothing but the future. What is to come? Oh, I don't know. It's the unknown. What am I going to do? I'm terrified. Let it go. The future is going to get here. Be present. Give up regret, give up anxiety, give up the past, give up the future entirely by being present. But this means participating in the present moment actively. Take an active step into experiencing the present moment right here, right now. Also, the 4th step is this, and this is one of my favorites. live life with a beginner's mind. And the way that I encourage this in my own life is to ask this beautiful question, I know nothing, now what can I know? Alleviating any preconceived notion I may have about what has been or how it reflects on this moment. I know nothing, now what can I know? Releasing that grip of preconception, allowing the evaluation of the moment to simply drift away. In that, I get to live this moment, not evaluate it. I know nothing, now what can I know? Slow down. You move too fast. You've got to make the morning last. Is it morning or moment?
We say morning.
That's funny. I feel like I've heard both. The truth is we can live this at all times. 100% of the time if we make the choice. It comes down to that. What choice are you making in this moment? Practice recognizing your breath. Are you aware of your breath right in this moment? Remember to breathe. The finish line doesn't exist. So what are you racing toward? Time is not scarce. Time is infinitely abundant. So what are you racing toward? How many of you are thinking about, I wish he would hurry up and get this talk over with so I could get to brunch? I've had feedback that says the service goes too long. I'm going to say what I need to say. When you slow down, you know the world slows down with you. Time actually slows down. Time is fluid. I had an experience in Central Park in 1999. I had become an avid rollerblader. And I lived on the Upper East Side. And the last time I ever went out on rollerblades, I rollerbladed to the park. And if you're not familiar with Central Park, first of all, Central Park is humongous. And there are a couple different, there are many different paths you can take, but I would usually rollerblade the shorter path. It's about half of the park. But you can rollerblade around the perimeter of the entire park. And I decided one day, I'm going to rollerblade around the entire perimeter of the park. So I start going north on the east side of the park, and I'm rollerblading along, and I get towards the top, and I don't know, you're familiar with the park, right? You get to that place, and then it goes downhill quite a bit, and then you have to climb back up. And you're climbing back up, and you're climbing back up, and you're climbing back up, and then you come down the west side of the park heading south, and it is pretty much literally downhill the whole way. There is a point for me telling you this. I'm going along. I have now exhausted myself by rollerblading around most of the park, and I start going downhill and picking up speed and picking up speed and picking up speed, and all of a sudden realizing I'm not in control and I don't know how I'm going to stop. And I'm rollerblading and rollerblading and rollerblading, thinking, people better get out of my way because I am not stopping. And I'm sitting here thinking, what am I going to do? Now, luckily, this was the smart thing I did. I always wore protective gear. This is a lesson for anyone who does any kind of activity like this. Please wear protective gear. I had my wrist guards. I had my knee guards. I was not wearing a helmet. But I remember the moment when I realized I was actually going to fall. And I don't know how fast I was going, but I was going pretty fast. And I was trying to slow myself down, and then I was trying to, maneuver myself into this thing. And then, in what was probably all of 3 seconds, felt like an entire minute. This is the fluidity of time. Because in that moment, in the recognition that I was going to fall, my entire experience became slow motion. And I did have the wherewithal to think in that moment, you're probably going to hit your chin on the asphalt. Make sure that you break everything with the wrist guards so that you don't smash your chin into a million pieces. Also, keep your tongue away from your teeth. All of this happened. It's one of those moments I remember so clearly that I had the wherewithal to go through this entire process of recognition so that when I did hit my chin, and I hit my chin, I was able to actually kind of relax. You know what they say, if you're relaxed, your body will know what to do. I was able to relax in that moment, and the damage was not as bad as it could have been. I had a bloody chin and a sore jaw, and that was it. Now, there are scientists who will probably say that there was some brain chemical that was released that allowed it to, no, you know what? I firmly believe that in that moment, time had to slow down for me in my experience of it so that I could experience it in the way that was going to be most beneficial to me. It also gave me the moment of reflection to say, I am never rollerblading again. And I haven't. I have never been on a pair of rollerblades since. There is an awareness that comes in the unlocking of the power of our mind. There's a deeper awareness. Here's the irony. To feel the rush of spirit in all things we think, say, and do, in every activity of our lives, we would do well to stop rushing our life. You want to feel the rush of spirit in everything? Spirit, yes. When we awaken to our infinite nature, the truth of who we are, the beingness of this divine infinite power in everything, when we awaken to that and slow down the rush, we experience it more fully. And when we experience it and live it, then we become examples of how to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And in the very activity of doing that, we are creating a world that works for everyone. And so in this moment, I stop and I take a breath and I just take it all in. This moment, right here, right now. And I reflect on my own sense of gratitude for each and every one of you here with me today, having this experience of life. And I encourage each and every one of us to allow this experience to affect the next experience in evolving greater ways, no matter what. For this experience informs the next, and the next, and the next. And we are, each and every one of us, at choice about how to live the experience. Namaste. So as the band comes back up, I'm going to encourage you to take out what it is you offer the center today in terms of your financial contribution, your gift, your tithe, your investment in the center, whatever you choose to call it. And recognize it for what it is. It is simply another expression of God. And it is flowing through this center, creating great things for this center, for it is all wonderful circulation that is always happening. I'm going to invite anyone who is watching us online. First of all, I haven't even acknowledged that we have people who watch us online today, and I want to say hello to you and thank you for watching. And encourage you all, if you'd like to participate in the act of givingness, to please click on that donate button that is there below your screen. As the baskets go around, reflect on the aspects of God in the money that you're giving today, for money is God in action. And we're going to sing The Point of Power, which is on page 27 of your songbooks. As they go around, let's do it. Stand up, dance, enjoy.
2, 3, 4. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel feel joy, I feel joy. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now.
All right, I'm going to invite Margaret Ann to do a blessing over our offering.
Oh, I take a deep breath. And I invite you to join me in this time of thanksgiving and gratitude. I know that there is only one presence. There is only one power. There is one grace. There is one love. There is one joy. And there is one beautiful experience that is who we are. I am grateful for each and every person in this center, for the gifts and the love and the joy that is shared and experienced each and every Sunday and in classes and in times when we just think of each other. This beautiful expression is love. It is beautiful, it is perfect, and it is who we are. And I am grateful for each and every love expression that is in these baskets. This love is accepted and is shared again. I'm grateful for each and every talent that is expressed here today. And I am grateful for each and every viewer online. I am grateful. And I let this gratitude live through me and express beautifully to each and every person here. And I receive it again as love. In gratitude, I release these words to the law, knowing it is manifest through me and each and every one of us as the I am, this oneness that is God in life. I release, I let it go, I let it be so, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret Ann. I want to thank our board members today, Angelica and Jim, who are of service to you and to this community, and thank you so much for your participation today. I want to thank Lori and Christina for setting up today. I want to thank Christina and Judy, who are our greeters today, and I want to thank, in the bookstore, Aurora. Is she in the bookstore?
She's in the bookstore, yes.
I love it. She's in the bookstore. I want to thank Tony on our camera and our webcast today. Tony! It's a thing we do here. I'm going to thank Carrie in the sound booth. Yes. I want to thank Mahala, who is with Dynamic Kids today. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I want to thank our practitioner of the day, Margaret Ann Snider, for your brilliance, your meditation, off the hook today, your reading, your affirmation, your treatment, all wonderful. Thank you so much for your service. I want to thank everyone who is here, present. I want to thank anyone who is here for the first time and just acknowledge that your consciousness here lifts this center to another level, and I'm grateful to you for that. I really want to express my gratitude today for our band and the brilliance that they bring. And where did he go? Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
And I want to thank Rustin for sitting in on drums today for the first time. You're awesome, dude. Awesome. And thank you. In Paul's absence, he's filling in for us, and grateful to have him. But definitely Pierre, Gautreau, Tanis Burnett, the entire Queen Street Band, your service makes this center possible, so thank you. I'm going to invite everyone to take a breath. In the experience of life, sometimes we feel and experience things that don't feel so good. In those times, allow yourself to come to the present moment awareness and recognize that there is that within you which outshines any apparent darkness. That's the truth. Allow yourself to focus on that. Allow yourself to simply be present. There is a light that guides you through the storms. There is a place of healing and calm. There is a peace, that lives beneath the waves, beneath the sorrow and the joy. There is a stillness and grace. Your tears like rain are falling from the skies. It is God's love that's flowing from your eyes. The wounds of life, they bring healing, my friend. The heart that breaks is but opening again. And so right here, I recognize and know that there is a power for good in this universe, and it is who and what we are. We are the point of power, expressing at our own individualized level of it, each in our own unique way. And there is enough of it to go around, for it is infinite and ever expanding, ever evolving into greater expressions of itself by means of humanity, by means of each and every one of us. And what we have to offer humanity is exquisite. There is a light within each and every one of us that shines forth so brightly. There is that which is goodness and light and harmony, peace, power, joy, wisdom. And I call upon all of these ideas, I call upon all of these expressions of this divine power to be manifest right here and right now by means of each and every one of us in more extraordinary ways, as compassion, forgiveness, laughter, abundance, success, love, joy, peace. More and more is always available, always at hand, and always unfolding, for there is only this one thing going on, God.
and we are that which is. For this I am truly grateful. And in this experience of reminding myself in every moment, being mindful of this understanding and being mindful in the awareness of God in all things, I step into a greater experience of life, and I invite every single person here to do just that. And so in gratitude, I simply allow this word to unfold, for it is acted upon by that perfect law that simply says, yes, it is done. And in gratitude, I let it be so, as together we say, and so it is. There is a light that guides you through the storms. There is a place of healing and calm. There is a peace that lives beneath the waves, beneath the sorrow and the joy. There is a stillness and grace. Your tears like rain are falling from the skies. It is God's love that's pouring from your eyes. The wounds of life, they bring healing, my friend. The heart that breaks is but opening again. The heart that breaks is but opening again. There is a light. There is a light. Thank you. I'm really grateful that we're ending the service today with a very Canadian song, since we have a guest here. So we're going to end the day with Ordinary Day. It's on page 9 if you want to follow along in your songbooks, and I invite you all to stand, and let's take this celebration into the streets. Have a great week, everyone. Are you guys ready? He's still tuning. All right, here we go.
I got a smile on my face, I got four walls around me. I got the sun in the sky, all the water surrounds me. Oh, hey, oh, I might stumble. I've been battered, but I never bruised. It's not so bad, but I'll forget the words. And I say, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. It's alright. Janie sings on the corner, what keeps her from dying? Yeah, let them say what they want, she won't stop trying. She might stumble if they push her around, she might fall, And I say, well, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. It's alright. Steven, baby. In this beautiful life, there's always some sorrow. It's a double-edged knife, but there's always tomorrow. It's up to you now if you sink or swim. Just keep the faith and your ship will come in. It's not so bad. And I say, well, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright.